All right, today is November the 2nd, and it's Wednesday, so I'm putting out another market statistics report for the state of Utah. Let's jump right into it. There's a couple surprises. I was surprised to see what prices have done this week and also what inventory as far as sold homes has done. All right, thanks for joining me. So here we are going to look at the slides. Keep in mind that it's November the 2nd, so we can also do the monthly reports at the end. I'll try and make it quick so that it doesn't take up your whole afternoon. Okay. All right, so active homes on the market. This is the Wasatch Front Regional MLS, basically the entire state of Utah. And this is the four major counties. It is Salt Lake, Utah, Weber, and Davis. And also, when I look at these counties, I'm also excluding any homes priced higher than 1.5 million. I'm kind of keeping it more relevant to my viewers that live here along the Wasatch Front. So let's jump right into the numbers. So last week we had 10,295, and today we only have 10,116. So we've actually seen a drop, and I don't think we've seen many drops over the last 5-6 weeks as inventory's been building, but it kind of shows we're going into that slower time of year and inventory's dropping. So the four major counties, 6,600. So we have 66,766. And today we have 6,556, a drop in 120 or 1.8%. So, yep, inventory is dropping off. All right, looking at those active homes on the market. So last week, all across Utah, they were sitting for an average, for a median, so 57 days. Today it's up to 58. So it's building a little bit, increase of 1.8%. And those four major counties went from 50, and this one's surprising, went up to 54, or increase of 4 days or 8%. That's quite the jump in days as they're just sitting there, right? Looking at the price of those homes that are active on the market right now, 562,300 last week. Today, 559,900, or drop in $2,400. So not seeing too many changes as far as active homes are concerned. And looking at our smaller sample here from 540,000 to 539,905, change in $95 or 0.01%. So almost no change there as far as active homes on the market's concerned. Now these are sold homes, so we switch from the ones that are still active. You can go walk through them. These ones have sold. They've been reported to MLS, recorded on the county, everything like that. So, and this has to be for an entire week. So we're looking at Sunday all the way through Saturday. And so 2 weeks ago, from the 16th to the 22nd, that was 562 all across Utah. And last week, from the 23rd to the 29th, went up to 581. We added 19, or 3.4. So last week, I think was or 2 weeks ago, I should say, it was a pretty low number. We had a pretty substantial drop, so we're kind of just going back up. But I'm curious to see what that's going to be like going forward throughout the rest of the year, as we're going into the slower time of the year. So of those sold homes, of those 562 sold, the median sales price was $490,000, and last week at the 581, it was $485,000, or dropping 5,000, about 1%. And the days on market for those went from 36 days and dropped down to 34 days. So that's interesting, right? So of the things they're selling quicker. Let's look at the four major counties. So 2 weeks ago, 401. Last week, 429. Again, an increase. Look at that, 7% bump. As far as number of homes sold, went from 499,900 to 480,000. So that one, pretty significant drop in prices. So active homes aren't budging much. They're kind of staying where they are. Sold homes, whoever lowered their price, they sold. A drop in almost 20,000. So that's significant. And days on market went from 35 days down to 32. So let's jump over and look at the year-to-date numbers and compare it to the last 4 years. Okay, there's a lot of information here. Let's just keep it short and simple. You guys can pause it if you want to get a little bit more detailed. So these are number of residential listings entered on the market. look at this. We are well below the average where we've been the last few years, and yet we're still sitting at 10,000 homes on the market. So let me click on this. It should actually display. There you go. So for October 2022, we're roughly 4,000 homes entered into the MLS. So, okay, active listings. You can see here on the chart that we've really been hovering right around that 10,000 mark for the last few months. So this is only comparing 2 years. This is 2022, and the orange color is 2021. Remember, last year we were struggling to even get homes on the market, and things were selling so quickly. So here we go. Average number of active residential listings. Like I said, right now we're hovering right above that 10,000 homes. We were right on pace as far as 2018. 2019 was a little bit lower here, and the 2 COVID years, post-COVID, they were way down. So we just weren't having any active homes on the market. As soon as they were hitting the market, people were buying them. So here's under contract listing. So while we do have over 10,000 active homes, stuff that's under contract, we only have about 5,000 right now. So just for your information, the average home, I would say, takes about 30 days to close from when it goes under contract to when it actually closes, records, the seller gets his money and all that stuff. So there's 5,000 homes, but keep in mind, this is a 30-day process to get them through this phase. Average number of under contracts is looking at various years, and we are way down. So just scroll through these real quick. Active no-show. So active no-show is the home was listed on the market and then it was pulled down for some reason. Maybe the seller wanted to paint or do some home repairs, declutter, anything like that. There's a chance it'll come back on the market. There's a chance it's just going to stay in this status till it expires and it's taken down from the MLS. So this number has continued to climb and climb and climb. Right now we're sitting at 2,300 homes in this active no-show status, which is crazy because last year it doesn't look like we got, well, just barely right there. As soon as we hit the end of October, we were above almost 1,300. So average number of active no-show, here we go, year over year. So the 2 COVID years, so yellow was 2020, the orange one down here is 2021. And then even prior to that, 2019 and 2018, you can see are still well below where we are right now. I don't know. Homes are being pulled down and not going back up. So sold listings. So I'll close with this one. Look at these sold listings. So ever since interest rates, they slowly rose, right? It was no surprise last year around September. That's when rates were the lowest, right? They were 2.75, 2.8, and they just continued to build and build and build. It was right around, March, April, May when rates broke 4.5%, 5%, really put a damper on the market. People, saw that they had a lower interest rate in their house and no longer wanted to sell. So, the numbers continued to drop off. July was a low month. Look at that. Only 3,200 homes sold in July. Popped back up for September, almost 3,800. Then 3,500 in September. And now we're sitting in October. We may not even hit 2,500 homes sold. And the crazy thing to look at is in the previous 4 years, November is always lower than October. And then December is kind of on pace with that November number. So I'd be curious to see where we go. Maybe we'll just be stagnant for a few months until the spring market heats back up. I don't know what's going to happen next year if rates continue high 7, 8, 8.5%. Curious to see. So there we go. I'll leave you with that. Rates are expected to go higher. The Federal Reserve met today. They raised interest rate another 0.75%. They have said or implied, it sounds like, that they're going to slow the raising of interest rates. Now, they're not going to stop. They're going to slow it down. But it also sounded like they're going to hold rates high for a while is what it sounded like. Like, hey, we're not going to raise them as quickly, but we're going to keep them up there as long as we need. So I don't know what that looks like going into next year as far as interest rates. If you're thinking about buying a home, if you need to get into something for the next year, we have some great options right now. Home builders are offering buy downs. I wouldn't hesitate from getting an adjustable rate mortgage. Rates will come down. It just might be a year to 18 months or so, before we're back down around that 5% or even 4%. So let me know if you have any other real estate questions. I'd love to answer them here or sit down for a lunch. Hit me up. Feel free to pick my brain. Also, if you're watching here on YouTube, go ahead and click the button here and subscribe. So I put these out every week, and I'm trying to grow my channel, so every follow helps.